Hey there everyone. So today we're going to go and get through some of our gymnastic skills for you today. We've got a group of gymnasts here for us to demonstrate. Say hello everyone. Fantastic. We're just going to look at some really basic shaping and positional stuff. But first we've got to get warm. So gymnasts, let's get into our warm-up. So everybody on your feet please. And we're going to do our bean game. Okay, so we're going to do some shapes and we're going to get ourselves nice and warm. So can everyone show me run a bean? So we're running on the spot, trying to get our knees nice and high and swinging our arms. And then we're going to stop because we're going to go to broad bean. So a nice wide shape, make sure you've got enough room. And then we go run a bean. Keep those knees up nice and high. But now we're going to go jumping bean. So arms super tall, just bouncing on our toes. Try and keep those arms super straight. Broad bean. Jumping bean. Broad bean. Jumping bean. Good, keep going. Now run a bean. Now everybody down into a tuck position for baked bean. So all the way down, cuddle your knees, bounce on your bottoms, and jumping bean. Broad bean, jumping bean, broad bean, run a bean. That's it, keep going. All right, how about a bit of jelly bean? So give your body the whole big wobble about. Jumping bean. Now beans in a microwave. Good. My favourite, magic bean. So reach down to the floor and bean. And louder, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Magic bean. Bean. Excellent. Run a bean. Magic bean. Bean. Magic bean. Bean. Broad bean. Jumping bean. Run a bean. And relax. How's everyone doing? Is everyone nice and warm now? Fantastic. So make sure you find yourself a space. We're going to get ourselves loose and limbered up. So first of all, next, we're going to look up gently to the ceiling and down to the ground. Take your head over to the side and gently the other side. And then your chin down to your chest and roll gently around. And then back the other way gently. Good. Shoulders only, going backwards. And now bring in the arms. See if you can make your arms touch your ears. All the way around. Good stuff, everyone. All right, now. Who can do one arm forwards, one arm backwards? Can anybody manage that? It's not easy. How are we doing? And if you're really clever, you can even go the other way as well. Good. All right, hands on hips, everyone. Feet a little bit apart. And we're just going to gently make some big circles with our hips. Stretching out our bodies a little bit. Fantastic. And then we'll stop and go the other way. Really nice big circles. Wonderful, everyone. Good. Now with your feet in the same position, we'll take one arm up in the sky. We're just going to reach over to the side. Try not to bend forwards, try not to bend backwards, try and go just sideways. And then the other side. You should feel a stretch all the way down the edge of your bodies. Good. All right. So now we're going to go and face this way. We're going to have our toes pointing all the same way. And we're just going to bend our front leg, trying to keep our back leg super straight and our foot flat on the floor. So if you need to move your feet apart a bit more, that's wonderful. And we'll hold that for a little bit. Now we're going to go even wider with our feet. We're going to reach all the way down to the ground into our big deep lunge. We're trying to keep our back leg super straight and make sure that our toes are behind where our knee is. All right, team, we're going to, on the count of 3, we're going to switch our feet over and get into a big lunge on the other side. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, switch. Good, same position, nice, straight back leg, wide lunge. And we'll switch one more time. 1, 2, 3, switch. Good. Now we're going to twist so we're facing forwards into our sideways or Spider-Man stretch. Pointing our knees out to the side and our knee up to the ceiling. And do the fingers if you want. Spider-Man fingers. Good. All right. So now we're going to get back up to our feet. We're going to do the same on the other side. So toes pointing that way. Bend our front leg forwards, keeping our back foot on the floor. Hold it for a moment. Then we're going to go super wide and reach down to the floor. Again, nice straight back leg. I'm going to switch on 3. 1, 2, 3, switch. Good. Same position again. Nice straight back leg. One more switch. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3, switch. Good. And next, we're going to do our Spider-Man twisting to the front again. Nice wide knee out to the side, knee up to the ceiling here. And again, Spider-Man. Fantastic. Good. From there then, if you want to sit down onto your bottoms, we're going to go into our straddle. So we need nice tall backs, nice wide legs and pointy toes. I'm going to reach up tall and then over to the side. Trying to keep our legs flat down on the ground, reaching as far as we can. And then up to the middle, nice and tall, and over to the other side. See if you can balance without putting your arm down. It's not easy. Good. Right, now let's bring our feet together into our pike position. Nice and tall, reaching up super tall, everybody. Wonderful. And we're going to fold in half, trying to get our nose as close to our knees as we can. Reach, 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 reach all the way down. Doesn't matter how far you get, just reach to where you can. Remember to keep those knees nice and flat to the floor and reaching. Good. Now with our toes, we're just going to flex them a bit. So we're going to bring our toes back towards our body and point them and flex them and point them and give them a little bit of a wiggle around. Get them moving. Good. Right, can we all go into our butterfly stretch then? So the bottoms of our feet together, our knees pressed out nice and wide. Give them a little bounce. That's a lovely little set of wings you've got on your butterfly, Thea. Who else has got wings like Thea? Good. All right, and now try and press your knees down towards the floor using your leg muscles. Try and sit up as tall as we can when we do it. Not holding onto our feet for anything. Who can get their nose down towards their toes? You ready? Off we go. As low as you can get. Very nice. And we'll hold it for a little bit. And then up we come. Good, very nice. Everybody got clean toes today?
No.
No? Oh, I hope you at home have. Excellent. All right, so what we're going to do now then, team, is going to roll onto our tummies and go into our cobra stretch. So we need to be down on our tummies like this, with our hands underneath our shoulders, ready. And we're going to pretend that we're like a turtle coming out of our shell. So first things first, we stick our necks out, have a look around, and then we gently push up with our arms, keeping our neck nice and long, and our heels on the floor, and our hips down. Okay? If you find you're shrugging a bit like this, either move your hands a bit forwards, or just stretch your neck out a bit further. And just hold there for a minute. Try and get your knees together for me, Thea. Now, if you really want to, you can then lift your feet up towards your head, trying to keep your knees together. And as you can probably see, it's not very easy to do. Good. From here then, we're going to stretch our back the other way. We're going to put our bottoms back onto our feet, put our heads down and roll our backs the other way. Good. And we'll come onto our all fours. We'll do our cat stretch. So we do happy cat where we suck our tummies down to the floor with nice straight arms. And then we're going to sad cat. We're going to push our backs up to the ceiling, tuck our heads in. Then we're going to do happy cat. And we'll do one more sad cat as well. Fantastic. While we're on our knees, we're going to just work on our wrists a little bit. So if you all put your hands up towards me, turn your fingers out to the side and then so they're facing down, and put them down on the floor in front of you so they're nice and flat. What we can then do is then gently sit back with our bottoms until we feel a little bit of a stretch through the front of our arms. You guys feel that?
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, we'll hang it there for just a moment. Then once we've done that, give your fingers and your wrist a little bit of a roll in some circles. Maybe even make a little wave if you want. Flex those fingers. And then the last thing for our wrists Again, we'll do our high 10, and we're then going to flop our hands down so you can see the backs of them, and gently push the backs of our hands flat on the floor, gently come to straight arms, and again, gently sit back. Move around just a little bit, everything's slow and smooth. Fantastic. And again, just give your wrists a nice little wiggle. Does that feel all right?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we're going to move on and do some of our shapes now, gymnasts. So make sure you've got a little bit of space in the room that you're in. And we're going to start on our tummies. All right? We're going to look at our arch position. Okay? So make sure you've got a nice shape. Can you all turn so your heads are facing that way? So we're side onto the camera. Turn yourself around. So we're going to go tummy down. And then we're going to lift our shoulders and our legs up together. We're going to see if we can do it for 5 seconds, everyone. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So we lift our arms up, our shoulders up. Keep our legs extended, straight, and we're stretching out super far. Good. And down we come. Have a little rest. Everybody all right?
Yeah.
Good. All right, so that's our arch position. Let's roll onto our backs then, everyone, and we'll look at our dish. Now, it's really important with the dish that you suck your belly button down into the floor. And we can do that by lifting our shoulders and our feet. So, when we're ready, we'll lie on the floor. And we'll lift our shoulders and our feet. If we need to, as you can see some of our gymnasts in the back, they're moving their arms to here to get a better position with their tummies. And that's a wonderful thing to do. Okay, we'll hold on to that for a few seconds. And then we can relax. Good. So the next shape we're going to look at as well is our table shape. All right. So again, gymnast, if you can put your feet at that end, so we turn around so we're facing this way, and it's important that when we put our hands down, our fingers are pointing in the same direction as our toes, like this. And then we're all going to push up together. 1, 2, 3. Lift our hips and tummies up. So we can imagine we're trying to make a table with our bodies. And we'll hold that for a little bit. So you can keep your feet flat on the floor rather than being on your toes. Good. And down we come. So now we've got these sort of 3 shapes we're going to work on. We're going to do a little bit of a routine. All right? So we're going to line up across the floor with our heads towards the back of the room. And we're going to hold our dish position for 5 seconds. We're then going to roll into our arch position and hold for another 5 seconds. And then we're going to come back onto our backs, set up in our table, and we're going to do a few table walks forwards and backwards. All right, so we all set. So sit heads at that end for me just to start with. I'm going to do it sideways, just a demo for you. All right, and when we roll, gymnasts, because we're going to start on our backs, we're going to roll towards our right arm. Okay? So on your backs, everybody, lying down, we're going to hold our dish position for 5 seconds. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we roll onto our arch position. 2, 3, 4, 5. We roll back the same way into our dish. And now we can sit up, get into our table position, lift our hips up. And we're going to take 8 steps forwards towards our feet, trying to keep our tummy nice and high. And count your 8 steps. Once you get to 8, we're going to try and stay there, and then we're going to walk backwards. Again, tummy super high if you can, arms nice and straight. And then relax. Okay? We're going to do that a couple of times within the session. So if you take a moment to have a little bit of a rest, and then we'll go again. So this time, gymnasts, we're going to go for heads all pointing in that end. And then we're going to work across the way. So we start on our backs or our fronts. Remember, we start in our dish position. So everyone down in their dish position. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll to the fronts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll to the back. And then we sit up into our bridge, into our table. And we go for a little walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't let those tummies drop, everyone. And then 8 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down we go. All right. So a perfect little routine, hopefully, to work on the strength and position within your shapes that's really going to help us move as we go through the different schools of our gymnastics. What we're going to do now then, once we've done that, is we're now going to finish off with a little bit of a cool down. So, first things first, because we've done a bit of work with our arms and our backs and our legs doing our positions, we're going to stretch out our arms first of all. So everybody on your feet for a second. And we're just going to do some gentle circles with our arms backwards. Again, trying to make sure we're nice and slow, arms past our ears. Okay, now we'll do our shoulders only again. Slow. How high and how far back can you move your shoulders? Good. We're now going to come and sit down on the floor. We're going to take our arms, we're going to put them on the floor facing away from our bodies. And then we're just gently going to slide our bottoms down and away from our arms until we feel that little bit of a stretch across the front of our arms. Good. Come out of that. And then from where we are, just to make sure we're stretching out our legs a little bit, we're going to sit nice and tall in our pike position. And we're just going to slide our hands gently down our legs towards our toes to wherever we can. And we're going to hold and count to 5 in our heads. 2, 3, 4, 5. From there as well, we're going to now come into a tuck position and we're going to do 3 nice and smooth rock and rolls. So from in our tuck position, we're going to roll backwards onto our back and shoulders and sit back upright. We're just going to do 3. Ready? Off we go. There's 1, 2, and 1 more. 3. Fantastic. Well, hope you've enjoyed today's little class for you. Do the little routine 2 or 3 times with a minute or 2 minutes in between. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks.